Okay, hello again, everybody. These oyster mushrooms were so delicious yesterday, and I have one more pack. So I said, let's do it again. Okay, and let the salt and let them soak for about 5-10 minutes, just until we get our dredging station ready. Okay, y'all, you know I don't do measurements, but for measurement's sake, I'm just gonna start off with a heaping half a cup of flour. Whatever flour you choose, there's no specialty here. I only have a little bit of cornstarch left. That's gonna give us that extra crunch. So that's 1 tablespoon, let's say. That looks like another tablespoon in there. And we're just gonna mix that up a little bit. And now you go for whatever seasonings you put on your regular chicken or used to put on your regular chicken, and just season this up to your taste. Okay, and again, for measurement purposes, I'm gonna start off with a half a cup, because I don't have that many to fry. Half a cup of, I'm using almond milk. Again, whatever milk you choose. And about a teaspoon or so, we don't have to really be anal with that, of apple cider vinegar. And you don't have to stir it. I just did it. But let it sit there. Let it sit, and it's going to give us a buttermilk after it curdles. Now, what you can do, if you really want that chicken flavoring, you can take one of these and just mince it up real good, maybe with a fork or something, and sprinkle it over in your seasoning. But don't really feel like doing that. So you know how I do. We're gonna start off with the teaspoons, but not necessarily for everything. So I'm gonna do a half teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can use ginger in here if you want to. And I'm gonna use a teaspoon of paprika. You can do it with smoked paprika too. That's delicious. So when you're seasoning your veggies, and if you're trying to convert to a different eating style, I'm not gonna say it's the healthiest because of the fried, but just season it like you would your regular meats. I'm gonna use, instead of salt, we're gonna start off with a half a teaspoon of my vegeta, which is a bunch of veggies mixed with salt. I love this stuff. And we're gonna stir it. And then guess what? We're gonna taste. Wow. Couldn't have made that more perfect than if I was following somebody else's recipe. So now what I'm gonna do is pour my mushrooms over in this colander, and then I'm gonna rinse them, and then we're gonna just let it drain on its own for a little bit, maybe 10-15 minutes. What I'm not gonna do is, yesterday I fried this stuff in grease. I have not fried on the stove in grease in a minute, and boy, I don't want to clean up all of that grease. So we're gonna go to the air fryer today. Now, before we go to the air fryer, before we start our batter, we're just gonna season our mushrooms. I'm gonna do half teaspoons because I don't want to overdo it. I'd rather underdo it than to overdo it. So we're gonna start off with some onion powder. And remember, half teaspoons. Everything can do teaspoons except the salty stuff. You wanna keep that to a minimum. And you really don't have to put the paprika on the mushrooms because that's just for coloring. And that's gonna be in your flour batter. And we're just gonna toss that. Okay, just a little. Just a little bit. Wasn't even a whole teaspoon. And mix that around. Just be gentle because they break easy. They still fry well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 big pieces and a lot of little minced pieces. And we're gonna fry them up too because waste not, want not. Okay, this is motorcycles. This is optional. Someone asked me, what did I batter with yesterday? So I'm trying to give you exactly what I did. This is completely optional, but I just threw the poultry seasoning in there. And like I said, everything that's not salty, teaspoons. Okay. Okay, let's get our ninja ready. Okay, so we're gonna power on. We're gonna air fry. And I just like to go to the maximum timer. And that way, I'm not running back and forth, seeing how much time I have left. So we're gonna preheat. We're gonna preheat our air fryer. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw in a pinch and whisk it. That doesn't seem to be enough for you, do another pinch. Or you could have simply used just egg in there instead of the milk and the apple cider vinegar, and it would have done. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna take this smaller. And we're gonna dip it in our batter, our liquid batter. Yeah, come on, baby. Don't act up. You got to turn, baby. We gotta wet you on both sides. And then we're gonna remove it and put it in a dry batter. I'm trying to keep my hands from getting so ooey gooey. This stuff is so good. And then we're gonna go back, and the flour that's on here is gonna thicken up your milk too. So we didn't even have to add any flour to the liquid batter if you choose not to. Like I said, it's still gonna come out delicious. Probably needed a wider bowl because I'm making a mess. And then we're gonna give it, make sure everything is covered. And then we're gonna give it a little shake and put it to the side because we're gonna spray these with, I got some grapeseed oil in here. We're gonna spray them down with before we go into the fryer. So I'll be right back. Oh, and by the way, if they appear to be too big, just pull them apart. Okay, well you get the idea. You don't have to do the double batter. It's just that the double batter is nice and thick. Okay, so the scraps, I'm gonna add them with the scraps from yesterday, and I'm gonna make something, create something for breakfast tomorrow. So we're just gonna be generous. We wanna cover as much of the flour as possible. You don't want to be like, oh, it smells good, and oh gosh, all that powder is still showing. And then you can flip it. Try to get all the nooks and crannies. So we're going to the air fryer. Okay, let's check. I'm just curious. We're down to, well, it's only been in there 6 minutes. But we're not cooking meat. So look at that. Look, would you look at that? Look at that. Okay, y'all. Let's see. Well, if you do this, spray the bottom of your pan first. All right, let's go. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Look at that. What that look like to you? What that look like to you? Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Child, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna sit them on this cooling rack and let them cool. Look at that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bam. So are we ready for, are we ready for the sound effects? Look at that. Look at that there. Can you see that? One more piece. Did you see that? Look at it, look. Do you see the strands? Oh. Good night. Okay, just one more piece. Just one more piece. My oldest son tried it yesterday for the first time and he could not believe. He said, "Ma, it pulls like chicken." He said, and it tastes like it. Look. I said one more piece, but I think I'm gonna eat this whole piece. Look. I'm gonna save those for my hubby. Okay, for real, y'all. Peace and love, and I'm